You're a stimulation addict. Sorry. You're a stimulation addict. Let's talk about it. What is it? How does it feel? And what are we gonna do about this? Because this is a big problem and it's affecting how you live your life and how much you're gonna enjoy your life, okay? Let's just be real. I am giving you unsolicited, I guess not unsolicited because you clicked on the video, giving you very unprofessional advice based on my own experiences. I am also a hypocrite, okay? I could not leave my house without music in my ears. I'm not even gonna lie. I had music in my ears most of this walk. Then I took it out because I was like, it's fucking beautiful and I shouldn't have music in, and I'm quite literally about to talk about this. But I am recovering and I found ways to make myself better at not being a stimulation addict, okay? I've found ways to heal it, okay? To change my behavior. Okay, so the definition, actually, a stimulation addict refers to two distinct concepts. We are focusing on one distinct concept, okay? So the compulsive use of stimulant drugs like cocaine or Adderall to achieve intense brain stimulation and reward. We are not gonna talk about that in this video. I'll make another video on it because I know about that, kind of. So the concept that we're gonna focus on today, the more behavioral issue of seeking constant stimulation from various sources, such as social media, to distract from inner feelings, leading to inability to focus and potential boredom. Boredom. Again, we're gonna be focusing on the behavioral stimulation. So you've got your music, you're scrolling, basically your avoidance, basically what you do that entertains you. How does stimulation addiction feel? So you know that restless feeling that you have where you just feel so squeamish, you feel restless, but you entertain yourself, you do the thing that you think will, help with that. You try to entertain yourself, but it barely works, but you do it anyway because it's like, this is the only thing that's kind of helping. So you're on the couch, you're feeling so restless, so you scroll, but it's not really making you feel better, but you don't know what to do, so you're just scrolling, okay? That restless feeling, that feeling of just, that's one big one for me. Never feeling satisfied with the current moment. The current moment is not good enough. The current moment feels like it's missing something or it's missing a lot, and you need to be doing something else. You need to be feeling a different way right in that moment. So you feel wrong, you feel restless, you feel like you need to do something else, but you don't really know what that is. So you just distract yourself. It's overwhelming. There's so much information in your head. You're just overwhelmed. You don't know how to get that feeling. You just know that right now, this present moment isn't good enough. Something feels wrong and I need to change that, but I don't have the energy maybe, or I'm confused and I don't know what to do, okay? So I distract myself with stimulation. I'm so fucking guilty of this one, okay? Pardon my language, but I really am. Projecting yourself onto the future, hoping that it will feel different, hoping that it will feel the way that in your head you should be feeling, or in your head you want to feel in this moment or in whatever past moments. For example, I'm sitting watching a movie and I'm thinking, this would be so much better if there were someone else here to share this with me. Or this would be so much better if I had a drink. Or this would be so much better if I was high right now. Or you're going on a walk and you'll be like, oh my God, this would be so much better if I was on the phone with someone right now. Or so much better if I had music on. You're out and about with your friends and you're thinking, this would be so much better if like my boyfriend was here or my girlfriend was here or whoever, my partner was here. This is an endless loop. An endless loop. And it makes me insane. It makes me crazy because it's like every time I think something is going to make me feel a certain way, I'm thinking about it in a time where I could just be appreciating what that moment is for what it is. Even if it's not this crazy, amazing moment, if I'm always just thinking in the future, projecting like who I am in the future and making it kind of better in my head, then that means I will never be be happy. Because when I get that thing, let's say I am with my partner at the function, and I'm just like, something is still like now I wish like my partner wasn't here so I could just be with my friends. It's never good enough. The stimulation addiction, it's looking for a way out of thoughts. It's looking for a way out of silence. It's looking for a way out of boredom. It's looking for a way out of feelings. How do we do it? Well, I wrote down some things. Listening to music, skipping through all the songs, skipping through every song, trying to have that one song that's gonna hit and make you feel some type of way. Social media, doom scrolling. Substances, texting, social interaction, waiting for notifications, dating apps, making plans for your future in your head, worrying about your future in your head, thinking about fantasies of the future in your head. Well, I guess that's not really stimulation addiction. But that does go hand in hand with what I was saying about it never being good enough. The moment right now is never being good enough. Maybe you're doing multiple things at once. Maybe you're thinking about the future while scrolling on Instagram while watching your show. Stimulation addiction can simply feel like not knowing what you want, but always looking for it. Always looking, always searching for that feeling, that thing that is gonna make the present moment enough for you. That's how it feels. And never being satisfied and getting overwhelmed by not knowing and distracting yourself. It's this vicious loop, this vicious cycle. I looked into why it happens, and I found that specifically in Western society, we put a lot of weight on instant gratification and individuality, which is true. Instant gratification especially. I mean, it's everywhere around here, okay? And it's encouraged. It's so normal. The way I thought about it was the internet, the entire mainstream media, advertising, everyone wants our attention. They want our attention. It's very much currency, okay? Everything nowadays is designed for your attention. And most of us are human, and most of us are kind of engulfed in that a little bit, or a lot, okay? A lot of us are just fully latched to all these things that want our attention. And so we give it to them. So once that's your habit, when you are in control of your attention, when your attention isn't controlled by something or someone else, then it's uncomfortable. Then it's weird. It doesn't feel safe. If you're used to your attention in somebody else's hands, and then suddenly you're holding your own attention, it's like, what do I do with this? This isn't gratifying enough. This isn't stimulating. I need to now distract. This is also why it's so much harder to focus nowadays. It's so hard to focus on anything, because we're so used to our attention being, magnetically attracted to all these different things all the time. And I actually bet that stimulation addiction is one of the biggest addictions in the world right now. If not the biggest, I don't know. Maybe, though. Because think about it. Everyone, you look around you, everyone is glued, Now, when you have that attention in your hands, you have to listen to your crowded mind that had all this information and all this perhaps garbage shoveled into it. So now your mind's kind of a mess. So when you're kind of back in there for a minute, you're like, ooh, no. What is this? I don't like this, right? And then, so you want to distract. That's your habit now. You want to get away from that. You don't sit with it and figure out what's going on, try to sort things out. It's just like, is it just too far gone at this point? It's never too far gone. But I felt that way a lot of times, a lot of times, especially when I need to focus on something, when I need to do something that requires my brain and I can't multitask, or have stimulation in my ears or in my eyes while doing something else. It can be hard. Because I'm just like, what the, like, one thing, I don't even know how anymore sometimes, okay? But I'm getting over that, all right? I am getting over it. Meh, meh, meh. Complain. What are we gonna do about it, okay? What the fuck are we gonna do about it? Here's what we're gonna do about it. This is what I find really always actually helps me. Because I'll listen to other people's advice, I'll try to act on it. It doesn't usually work, or I just don't wanna do it in the end. What I found really works is asking myself. Finding intrinsic answers, okay? All up here, all right? I believe a lot, if not all, the answers to our problems are hidden somewhere in here, and we just need to find them. Look at your habits, specifically the ones that are stimulating, okay? Specifically the ones that are stimulating. And notice this. How often do you engage in these habits, okay? How often? Every day, every hour, every minute, what? How often? When specifically do you do these things? When you go for walks, when you get home, when you're on the bus, when you're with friends. Now that you have that, does it feel like too much? Really look at it. Does it feel like you're doing this habit too much? Be honest. Another dimension of that, do you see yourself using stimulation, these habits, to avoid feelings, thoughts, or do you find you're doing them to avoid certain situations, the reality of some things? For example, I put in music every single time I leave the house, every single time. And I've stopped doing that because I realized I actually couldn't function. If someone took away my headphones, I'd be like, what just happened? I do not know what to do with myself. So I had to actively not do that because I was so addicted, and I still am, but that's a good example. Another example, I feel a strong urge to watch something or listen to something every single time I eat, alone. Not with other people, but alone. Once you know what you use, when, why, we can try doing this. Make a rule for yourself. Follow it for 1 day, 1 hour, 1 week, 1 month, 1 year. Figure it out, okay? Figure it out. Be realistic, but figure it out. Here are some realistic examples. If you listen to a podcast or watch a TV show or watch something while you cook, every single time you cook, then for 1 week, try to cook without any of that. Try to cook just you and the food, okay? Even if you cook once a week, don't watch something while you cook. And then you can watch something when you're eating, okay? If you want to. I'm not gonna lie to you, this one is a pet, actually, I don't like the phrase pet peeve. That's also a pet peeve of mine, ironically. But I really dislike this and not to attack you, let's say you always have one headphone in every single time you're with your friends, okay? Try not having a headphone in, any music or whatever in, next time you see your friends. Just try it. Just try it once, the whole time. No headphones in, nothing, okay? Just try it. See what happens. Why are we even bothering working on a stimulation addiction? Why bother? Well, here's the thing. It can have a powerful effect on your mental health, okay? Powerful. You might realize things, you might feel things that you've been drowning out with stimulation for so long that you needed to feel. You might heal from all this stuff that you've been distracting yourself with. Because you see it now, you hear it now, you feel it now. Maybe you're just gonna feel bored. Either way, I feel that we all need to know how to be bored. Being bored or just being calm, that's where you're at peace. That's where inspiration comes. That's where you can be inspired to change your life. What if this whole time your brain was trying to tell you something and you've just been drowning it out? But if you just really try and stop for a second, maybe you'll finally hear it. Maybe you'll do something that is gonna change your life for the better. And maybe you won't. I don't know. But if you give yourself the mental space, there is so many things that can happen. And all you need to do is give it that calm, give it that time. And maybe everything that you've been avoiding, you can now solve, okay? Stimulation addiction can keep you stuck, stagnant. And we want to grow and improve and just change. So let's do that. Anyways, thank you for being here and watching my video this long. And I love you. Thank you. Bye. 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 Bye.